Jensen, your host for Senior Connections, a program brought to you by Senior Resources, my employer. It's located at Tanglewood Park, 560 Seminole Road, and this program is brought to you and for anyone interested in services for older adults. So that could be older adults themselves, it could be their caregivers, it could be concerned family members. So Senior Connections is really an informational program about all types of services that could be available for older adults. And I love the mission of Senior Resources: lifelong dignity and independence, for as long as that is possible. And I am thrilled to have a return guest with me today in the person of Kim Bailey.
I know, it's been a little while now,
It's been a little while. And of course, we're co-workers at Senior Resources. Back then on this show, we talked a lot about caregivers and the types of resources that are out there for caregivers in our community. But since then, you've had some responsibilities change. You've taken on a yoke of new programs. So what is your title now?
Well, I'm now the Long-Term Care Options Counseling Manager, and along with that, I continue to do a lot of the things that I did before, which is still connecting people with resources that can help them to remain as independent as possible.
And it is talking with the caregivers a lot of times.
It is. It is. It's the family, it's the individual. But along with that, we have new staff that I've been working with in training so that they can also know all of the resources that are available in our area, so that when people call in, they can get more information regarding those services. So they cloned me a couple times over, so that's good.
We even had to reconfigure the offices at Tanglewood Park, and we've created a new little cubicle where these 3 new staff people sit. And again, what we call them are long-term care options counselors. And for somebody maybe just listening in who's maybe hasn't watched Senior Connections before, let's kind of get a definition. What's long-term care anyhow?
Well, long-term care is really anytime somebody requires the assistance of another person to live every day, whether that's with bathing or housekeeping or transportation. If you're requiring the help of another person, you require long-term care.
Okay, so that's a good basis. And I've been walking by the newly configured cubicle and listening to the new staff, and you've done a wonderful job training them, because I can hear them talking to people. And what I like about it is sometimes I think that the average person in Muskegon County doesn't realize that Senior Resources exists for every citizen in Muskegon County, and really every citizen in the 3 counties we cover, which is Oceana and Ottawa as well. But any type of question about older adult services can come to Senior Resources. It doesn't matter if you are low income or if you have all the money in the world. So Senior Resources here in Muskegon County is 38 years old. And again, John F. Kennedy's idea was that across the nation, he would create these area agencies so that it would be a neutral entry point for an older adult or their family members to enter and get accurate information. So it's not just about being eligible for Medicaid programs. It's about getting information.
Exactly. I mean, there are so many resources, whether people can afford to pay for them or not. There are resources that are available to help maintain people in their own homes. It can be as simple as like a personal emergency response system or medication management. Those are low-cost options that people can have in their homes to help maintain their ability to stay in their own home.
I think sometimes people think they see moms failing or dads struggling. In their minds, they think, I need somebody there 6-7 hours a day. But it's oftentimes a housekeeper coming in a couple of times a week, Meals on Wheels bringing a meal every day, a personal emergency response system can buy independence and independent living for years.
Absolutely. Oftentimes well-meaning family, can get involved and think mom and dad need to go to a placement. Maybe they need to go to a nursing home, or they need assisted living care because they don't understand all of what can really be provided to them in their own home that's cost effective and can help maintain them there.
And Senior Resources, we contract with
Many.
over 100 local agencies,
Right.
and they're good services, and we can help people understand what level of services would meet your needs, and then
Right.
for people to anticipate the cost attached to that.
Exactly, because the cost varies across the board. Different agencies have different costs involved, but just so that they actually understand what is a fair price that they will be paying.
Knowledge is power.
Right, exactly.
Let me know what is a fair
Exactly.
charge. What can I expect?
Right, and then we look at the different options. You know, we could go through a home health agency to provide services, or maybe you want to look at your church family and what they could offer you, or relatives or neighbors. So really kind of brainstorming with the individual or with the family, and a lot of bringing everyone together on the same page.
Prompting the family to look at from all different angles.
Exactly. And have you thought about, power of attorneys? Have you thought about
patient advocate
wills, all of those things, because we really need to make sure that we have all of that in order. The more we can do up front, the less crisis will be avoiding.
But sometimes I think we wait too long to make a phone call to Senior Resources and one of our long-term care options counselors. We call and we're in crisis.
Right.
So what advice would you have for somebody listening today that is maybe, kind of just taking mom and dad shopping and maybe keeping an eye on things?
Looking around in our community, finding resources that are available so that when you need them, you're educated and you know what to expect, rather than waiting for that crisis moment to occur, and then you have to make snap decisions.
Right.
And oftentimes when we make snap decisions, we're not happy with our decisions.
Right.
So, the more we can educate ourselves and understand what to expect, where the resources are, the easier it will be to make decisions when and if you need to make those decisions.
So we're really encouraging people who are in that place to call. So this would be a good time for you to give the number of the new long-term care options office.
Absolutely. Our phone number is 231-733-3585. And whenever you call, we hope to have a live person answer that call. But if you are put towards the machine, someone will be with you as soon as possible. We have 3 people that are staffing the phone, and it is very busy.
I'm amazed how busy it is. You hired 3 new people.
It is.
And they're busy.
Oh, absolutely.
This is good. There's a need out there.
There is a tremendous need.